happen. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. My neighbors compete to see who can put up more blinding lights. The kids all wish away the month 'cause they want presents in sight. This year had me so mad. I've been bad, got coal that is sitting under my tree. I think that my Christmas has died. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. When I was just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am. But right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song.
Yes, indeed. It's Ringside Report MMA. We're previewing UFC Tampa tonight.
Let's go!
UFC Tampa. Max Fried. Let's just talk about Max Fried for a while. Fred, what do you think about Max Fried?
Who's that?
He's the new pitcher that the Yankees signed. Big deal, big contract,
okay.
$200 million for 6 years.
Like, I was kind of scared because, like, if you're gonna say like he's an MMA fighter or something, I would have looked very bad. So that was why I was hesitating to answer, because I really had no clue who he was.
Okay. Well, they didn't get Soto, but they signed a good pitcher, so you know.
And I don't know. I saw some highlights, low lights of Soto's defense, and I think you guys dodged a bullet, man. Come on, man, don't cry over Soto.
I'm not crying.
He might have the next 2-3 seasons. He'll be a very good player, but at some point, man, he'll just be a DH or a liability.
Mm-hmm. I think you're overpaying for what you get immediately when down the road. Yeah. You know, I agree. I think he would have been great with the Yankees. It would have been great to sign him. I would have been happy. It would have been celebratory for sure. But, they had him last year and they didn't win the World Series, so try something different. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with trying something different, if it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, and it's very expensive, you go, well, okay. They made a really solid offer, and Soto went with the Mets. I mean, I think it is what it is. He's making a lot of money, as he should. When are
Is
MMA
Jerry
fighters going to
Seinfeld's-
make Soto money?
Is Jerry Seinfeld still a Mets fan? Because, like, I know he was originally a Mets fan, so I guess he's still a Mets fan.
Probably.
So he's happy. Good for
I
Jerry.
guess. But I saw, when the Yankees signed Max Fried, it was like our number 2 starter, Max Fried. Mets number 2 starter, Clay Holmes, which is pretty rough. Like, their pitching is not great. Like, they're not, I mean, they made the playoffs last year, but they have to deal with the Braves and the Phillies. Like, it's a tough spot to be a Met. It's not going to be an easy road for Soto and everybody to the World Series, But he's making a lot of money, so who cares? Who cares?
Why is AJ struggling so much?
I don't know. AJ, are you there? Are you okay? You're not participating. You're walking around. You're doing stuff. I can't hear
We
you at
don't
all
hear
now.
you.
No. I was hearing you fine before the show started, and then something happened. Why are you're gimmicking around, and now something's gone wrong with you, AJ? Why do you do this to yourself? No, I still can't hear you. I see you moving your mouth, but I don't hear anything. There's no audio coming from you, AJ.
Sign language, maybe?
You're going to restart? Okay. I don't understand how his microphone worked and now it doesn't work at all.
Oh,
Like, we had him before the show, we're talking to him, and now he's on sign language. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. He's just technically...
at least he's
inept.
laughing about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, I guess. It's kind of funny. But he's just, like, so bad at technology. It's crazy. I've never met anyone who's so bad
my
at
wipe.
computers. What? You're moving your wipes?
Yeah, I cleaned up a little bit my desk
Oh,
for
very
the
nice.
show, so.
Shiny. It's looking shiny. Wow. So we've got fights this weekend, I guess. Is AJ back, maybe? Hold on.
Do you hear me,
I don't know.
man?
Yeah, I hear you.
Do you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
what's
good.
going on?
Thank God. I don't know, man. I dropped some Christmas thing on it. I had like this Christmas ornament I made. I was going to show you guys. Here it is, by the way. Look how good this is. I dropped it on the microphone and it went off. Damn Christmas. Look how nice this is. Check some, mon ami. Check some.
You made
AJ
this?
did this. Yeah, man. I made this. What do you think? Christmas,
What-
man. I had to do
you-
something. And then I dropped it on the mic and the mic went on. I was trying to talk to you guys and I was doing
What?
the Helen Keller thing, man.
When did you make this? By yourself? You're doing little art projects?
Yeah, man. Look, I got another one. Look at this. You want to see something even more? Look at this. I got a Jamaican Santa, man. Everything's Irish, man.
Are you 10
Now-
years old? I don't understand. This is how you fill your days?
I'm scared
You-
to
It's
ask,
very
but what makes him
it's very
Jamaican?
therapeutic.
Because I don't really see
Don't
the
ask
link.
Fred. Fred, why did you shouldn't have asked? Because the answer is going to be horrible.
Well, I was gonna put a blunt in there, but this is it. Look at
There
it,
you
man.
go. Cool.
Isn't that nice?
Um,
You got sparkly and everything, man. Therapeutic, dude. Try it.
This
It's
is-
great.
You're doing this at home.
Yeah.
Now, is this a kit? You're just painting them, right?
No, it's a little kit, and it comes together, and you just paint and you have fun.
Are you doing this with your son, or are you doing this by yourself?
Of course, man. Well, I mean, I have done it alone. And I think it's very therapeutic and it's interesting. But these these two I did with Caden.
I mean, don't judge,
Yeah,
Dave, man. I do
simple
Legos.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Fred.
Whatever, man.
Yeah,
Don't
I
judge.
like
Happy
Lego's
Hanukkah.
fun, I guess. No, I'm not judging. I'm curious. It's not something I knew that he did.
Me neither. I'm surprised.
I'm very
AJ's a
surprised. Are
very,
you not like this is a revelation?
But I mean, I should not be surprised to be surprised by the AJ.
Mm-mm. You never know.
You like it?
You never
I'm
know.
selling it. $10.
No one's gonna buy that.
If the Donkey Kong car is included, Dave might be interested.
Possibly, we might be able to make a deal for that. Give me that. Where's the detail? If you don't have the decals anymore, though, if you threw those out, forget it.
I gotta.
You didn't put the
search.
decals on. You really screwed up with your McDonald's Happy Meal.
I wasn't really looking for the toy, man. I just wanted to eat.
You remember when we went to McDonald's after that jiu-jitsu thing?
Ooh, that was crazy, man. That was like a really strange night, man. We had to eat like super quick. We got kicked out. At least they were very polite. The McDonald's employees were very polite.
I think you got to get closer to your mic. You're kind of off mic. I'm
Again?
being told.
Tell them that it's lucky that I even got the mic on now.
It's outrageous.
How's that?
But you
Listen,
don't remember
Antoinette
when I
makes
got
puzzles.
2 toys at the McDonald's?
Yeah, man. You pulled it off.
Yeah. I made them give me 2 toys for the Happy Meal. It was
But
nice.
man, what's up with these McDonald's? They say that they're 24 hours, but they close like at 10. It
Yeah, I
doesn't make
didn't
sense.
understand what was going on at that McDonald's. It was weird.
Having a son that worked at McDonald's, I'll tell you exactly what happened. Probably, and if they have less than 3 employees or 4 employees, they close the restaurant and only open
Why?
the drive-through for security reasons, man. At 3-4 a.m., like you don't want no fucking drunk and all that, man. Like if they don't have enough employees, and unfortunately, like a lot of employees just don't show up to work, so on a random day it could
Back in the
happen
day-
that
Right, and it's funny because back in the days in major hotels, which you have like 400 something rooms, sometimes there was like a skeleton staff of like 5 people. Like there was hardly anybody in the hotel. And that's like 400 rooms with many, many people, and we would work with like 5.
yeah, but you're not cooking Big Macs, man. Come on.
Yeah, good point.
Still,
Good point.
hotels, man, there's a lot of, wild stuff that could go on. And you can't close the
Well, there was
hotel if there's
a lot
not
of
enough
cooking of
staff.
cocaine
You
there,
got to
that's
keep
for
it
sure.
open. Right?
You're right. The hotel you can't close, man. It's just
Yeah, but
in and out, man. And security.
the
can't even
hotel is a
begin to
place
tell you the
where
stories.
the people over there, exactly, they're probably expecting all type of like weird shit to happen. Whereas if you're working at McDonald's like a 17-year-old, well, you just want to be cooking your burgers.
Yeah, I guess.
I went to a Burger King today, okay?
Ooh, I haven't
I
been there in
ordered-
a while.
Okay? I ordered a Whopper combo, right? Whopper, fries, drink, right? I check the bill, and I'm like, yo,
How
I
much
want
is
the
it?
Whopper trio. You know what they did?
Nope.
No, what?
They charged me individually for the Whopper, the fries, and the drink. And I'm
How
looking
fuck
at it,
can you
and
be?
I'm like, wait a second. You overcharged me. Like, this is, $16, $17, and the Whopper thing is like $12, $13. It's like, wait a second. You owe me money here. What's going on? I'm
Man,
like,
I remember.
but here's the thing. How you work in a Burger King and you can't ring up the Whopper trio? You know what I'm saying? It's the most basic thing you get. And I was like, what
It's
is going
probably
on
the first
here?
thing on the item list.
I was baffled. I was like confused. I looked at the bill. I was like, wait a second, what? And she was like, no. And then she had to call somebody else over, and they were like, yeah, we owe you money. I was like, what? What's going on?
I remember
weird.
as a teen, man, we would go out, have fun and whatever, and I would always try to keep $5 because back in those days, the Whopper Trio was $3.99 plus tax. It was a great deal. $12, man. What the fuck happened?
Ah,
How does it taste? Does it taste the same, or do they change up the Whopper, man?
it was delicious. It was
Sometimes you don't want
delicious.
you need a Whopper, but I haven't had one in so long. I might need to get the one.
Go for
Remember,
it.
Connor used to be like, was it Connor? I think it was Connor
Yeah.
or Anderson Silva. Who was doing
Both
like
of them, I think,
Whopper
did
things?
Burger King commercials.
Yeah.
Both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, the Kings. Yeah,
Yeah.
Connor needs it now more than ever. But yeah, Anderson Silva, I guess, as well.
Shout out to Angelo on the chat, supporting over at join.ringsidereport.net.
Since you mentioned Connor, man, I just want to rant for a second, man. Like, I saw like he tweeted about Mighty Mouse, man, being super disrespectful to Mighty Mouse for whatever reason. He must have been drunk or whatever. Like, worst pay-per-view draw in UFC history. Got traded for Ben Askren, blah, blah, blah. You know what, man? At least he's not accused of rape, man. All right,
Oh.
Connor, man.
Wow.
No, but I mean, come on, man, Connor,
Yeah,
man.
so
Are you
yeah.
really gonna go there right now against Demetrius Johnson. Okay, he wasn't the biggest star. The guy's been an example as a professional athlete that many people should follow, man. So no, I didn't like that from Conor McGregor, and also it just seemed to come out of left field. I'm not sure why he went out of his way to diss Demetrius Johnson, but yeah, he had that in his tweets in the last couple of days for whatever reason. Come on, Conor.
Conor, you know, he's a guy at this point that I'm kind of ignoring because he seems irrelevant to the fight game. At this point, it's kind of like, oh, he's like a sideshow. He's his own thing. He doesn't really fight. He just kind of talks, and like he's kind of an embarrassment to the fight game at this point with the allegations and the charges and the court cases and everything that goes on with him. It's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I'm over it, and a lot of people are over it. It's just like, you know, we've seen the song and dance from Conor McGregor. We know what he does. We know that he doesn't fight. We know that when he does fight, you know, he's no longer anywhere near what he was. And he just talks about how great he is or was or whatever. And you're like, come on, dude. It's just not,
I'm interested.
It's not that thing anymore. And I don't care. I just want him to go away, I think.
I'm interested to see if he's going to be able to draw money now, because like he was making a bunch of money from all his advertisement, Proper 12 and all that, but they're all like dropping him right now. And as far as his MMA career, I don't see that going anywhere really great. Yeah, he could have a couple of big paydays, okay, but he's not going to make money like he made in the past like 7-8 years, man. Those days are behind him. So Conor, you like, you've made a fortune.
Yeah, but that happens. But that happens smart, to everybody, man. Right, Fred? But that happens to everybody. Like from George St. Pierre, where there's always the peaks where you get to the highest point in pay scale.
Yeah, but George St. Pierre is still marketable today. Like George St. Pierre could sell a bunch of products.
We didn't see George St. Pierre get his ass kicked a bunch of times. We never saw that happen to GSP.
Well, yeah, we did with Matt Ciryl. Yes, we did.
And I see, George. Oh, come on, old stories. I see George promoting stuff right now. Like I don't have anything in my mind, but I follow him on Facebook and all that. And George is always promoting different products. Like people want George as an ambassador for their product. People right now don't want Conor to be representing their product, man. People that are associated with Conor are disassociating themselves from him. And let's see if that changes.
But the thing is, but Fred, honestly, let's be honest. Like this is things that happen as soon as you get like accused of something. And to be honest, again, that was in a civil court. Like, you know,
yeah, but that was in the
suit in a civil
like,
court.
There's been a bunch of stories for a while. I think people are tired of him right now. Like,
yeah,
they're tired of all this
Conor,
bullshit.
Yeah,
I think Conor is definitely going like a little bit hard on a lot of things. But again, like as being a civil suit, you know, it wasn't criminal, and I'm not defending him. All I'm trying to say is that
it's a civil
like
suit
the guy has a lot of problems.
Lost.
A civil suit, but you're gonna lose in a civil suit, just like Johnny Depp lost like in a civil suit in Europe, and then he came to the States and he won that same court, the same case on a criminal base. That's what happens.
But it's more than the civil suit, man. Because I see also people like, you know, like you read all the comments on all these stories, and you see people going like, "Oh, this guy can't respect his wife. This guy's always like making stupid decisions." Like it's not only about the civil court. It's about like the total of the past 5 years, 6 years of Conor McGregor.
But his wife sticks with him. D sticks with him.
I mean, forget everything outside of the cage. Forget all of that stuff. I am primarily focused on the fact that this guy went on The Ultimate Fighter years ago saying he was going to fight Michael Chandler at the end of the thing. It never happened. Eventually, they announced a fight date like a year later. That never happened. Chandler fought somebody else, and there's still a bunch of controversy and nonsense around this fool, and people are still hyper-focused on this guy, and he's just not fighting. It's just, to me, it's not even all the outside the cage stuff. It's just the fact that he talks and talks and talks like he's this big bad wolf, but in reality, he's just selling wolf tickets. He's not real, he's phony, And I'm just tired of hearing about him. I'm tired of hearing his tweets. I'm tired of people talking about him. I'm tired of people acting like he means something to the fight game. Because in 2024, and especially coming up in 2025, he means nothing. He's irrelevant. He hasn't won a fight in years. He couldn't crack the top 15 at lightweight or featherweight right now in the UFC. He has absolutely zero shot against a top 15 in either division because he's not an MMA fighter anymore. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of thinking about him,
Dave,
talking about him being a guy that's like focused on by the MMA world because he doesn't fight. He's not a fighter.
But regardless, if the guy decides tomorrow to say, listen, I'm fighting, and he's on an actual card, he'll be on a pay-per-view, and he's going to get blockbuster numbers. We know that. That's the thing with the power of Conor. No matter
Logan,
what, controversy
Jake Paul
sells.
and Mike Tyson got blockbuster numbers, but they're not really
because
fighters
it's Jake
either.
Paul. Yeah, but it doesn't matter because they're big names, and Conor McGregor is a big name.
So,
but I'm going to tell you something. I just heard recently. I don't know if you know this, but he's leaving Ireland. You know that, eh? He's moving to the United States. He's leaving to California shortly. So this is Conor's big move right now. He's leaving. Well, look, I mean, I don't want to be into the conspiracy theories and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of a lot of this heat came on when Conor was basically talking about running politics, and all of a sudden, man, he got all these kind of crazy things. I mean, I'm just saying that's the word out on, the internet world, but he is leaving Ireland and he is going to the States. That's a fact.
Okay. Well, good for him, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Let me go here, okay? And I'm sorry, Dave. Maybe I'm gonna hurt your feelings.
Ooh.
I'm gonna make a parallel to Jay-Z, where Jay-Z's been accused of some stuff.
No, Fred, no, don't do it. Don't. No, it's okay.
And Jay-Z denies that. And you know what? Maybe he didn't do nothing. But you know what? The guy that went out with Aaliyah when she was 15, 16, the guy that started going out with Beyonce when she was pretty much a teenager, the guy that raps about a bunch of awful things, you would be surprised that guy raped somebody? Would you really be surprised? Sorry, Dave.
He's got a point there.
So
Dave,
that's my parallel to Conor. Maybe he didn't do nothing or whatever, but the guy that just keeps making bad decisions, at some point, man, you just
Jay-Z is different than Conor. I mean, come on now. Let's show a little respect.
How old was Aaliyah?
To Hope. Aaliyah was with R. Kelly. It wasn't
13 years old.
Jay-Z. Aaliyah was never with Jay-Z.
Yeah, but he was after her or something. There was a story.
Nah, that was much later on, and that was a different. She was an adult at that point. I will say though,
anyways,
Jay-Z did 2 albums with R. Kelly. 2 albums.
So yeah, the guy that hangs out with R. Kelly, the guy that hangs out with P. Diddy.
He hangs out with Puffy and R. Kelly. It is very suspicious. I will give you that. I am not saying that Jay-Z did not do any of these horrible things that he's being accused of. I love Jay-Z's music and a lot of the things that he has represented over the years. But, you go, oh, maybe, I don't know. I don't know about Jay-Z. There's a video on the internet that you could probably still find easily of Jay-Z pushing a woman's face like that, like mushing her face. He did that at one point.
I'm just
Fred.
saying.
I'm a big Jay-Z fan. I'm a big Jay-Z guy. You know me, right? So.
But when it comes to Conor,
by saying you might hurt my feelings, so you understand, I get it.
AJ was talking about the conspiracies for Conor, and I'm like, even if these conspiracies were true, at some point, all your past bad decisions affect how people are going to perceive your actions in the future. So a little bit of all this is on Conor for him being a dumbass.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you get stupid money. Sometimes you become dumb. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, man.
You know?
This Jay-Z stuff has me shook, Fred. I am really like, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. Why was Solange beating him up in the elevator and Beyonce just standing there? What was that? What was that? You know? What I mean,
Assault.
I mean, people thought, well, he's just cheating on Beyonce and, you know, I mean, maybe. And there's, you know, he's kind of admitted that he cheated on Beyonce and he felt bad about it. And he did like an album when he was like apologizing for it, you know?
Antoinette's saying it, man.
444. Yeah, it's
Hollywood
got
is
some
going
songs
down.
there where he's kind of apologizing for it. It's a hell of an album, man. That album meant a lot to me, man. You know? Yeah. He's my
Crazy
favorite
times,
rapper
man.
for sure.
Crazy times.
You know? He's like my favorite artist. I've seen him multiple times in concert. I love Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z. It would break my heart if the things that they're saying about him are true. And I don't believe them. I don't believe it. I do not. I don't believe that Jay-Z would be involved in any of that stuff. I don't. Just
the guy
because
that raps about a bunch of
About
bitches
what?
and all that,
about what?
smacking hoes or whatever.
He doesn't rap about smacking. This is all just like
I
general
don't know.
rapper
Nas
talk that you
did,
think.
didn't
You're
Nas like
misunderstanding.
say like why you mistreat women or whatever? Like you missed love, you know, in his Eater song.
What'd he say?
He dissed Jay.
Oh, Nas
I would have to
said.
get-
Oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna agree with the things that Nas said about Jay-Z? He also said Jay-Z was homosexual in that song. Do you think Jay-Z is a homosexual? I don't think he is. He may be, but I don't think he. You
all
know,
the stories
not-
of Diddy and
can't-
all coming out, I wouldn't be surprised.
Look, you can't believe everything that a man says about another man in a rap diss song. You know, like, come on. That's not accurate. You can't be like, well, Nas said this. Like, yeah, all right. He said that in Ether. Like, come on. It's not cool. Just knowing Jay-Z, hearing Jay-Z's lyrics, studying Jay-Z as I have over the years, I'd have a hard time believing that that guy with that code and that set of, you know, he did have a code. And I don't think he would have done things like that. I don't think so. I would be really surprised. I'd be surprised. I'd be disappointed. I don't believe it. I do not believe that he is
There's
doing the things
okay.
that they're accusing
Well,
him of.
I'll send you the link after. But the Larry Johnson, a former running back for the Chiefs, like a very good running back in the early 2000s. He there was an interview this week of him where he says he was at a party with Jay-Z and Beyonce, and he even insinuated that Beyonce was a little maybe on the grooming side for stuff. Like he said like there was minors at the party and Beyonce was a little bit
Was
too
like a
much into
ringleader of
it.
sorts?
I don't know, man. I'll send you the link. I don't want to
Good
go
God
all
Almighty.
this because I
Send me
wouldn't
the link.
want
No, yeah,
I
we
wouldn't
can't
want
talk
us to
about-
lose our money again.
Yeah,
but
yeah. But wow. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Who knows what's going on? I don't know what's going on. I hope none of it is true, but goddamn, who knows?
We lost AJ. Like AJ doesn't know what to say. Beyonce.
AJ doesn't know who Jay-Z is.
What's your favorite Beyonce song again, AJ?
Wait a sec. I got it in my head.
Work.
That's what she said.
Oh, is that your favorite song?
How does it go again, Freddie?
No,
There's
no,
one
he-
of them I know.
Work.
Yeah, that's the one. AJ, you like that one.
That's your favorite, right?
I gotta hear it, man. I gotta hear it. Like, I can't remember. I know there's one of them I like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it out. I'm trying to.
What's your
get
favorite
those-
Jay-Z song, AJ? How about that?
Give me a hymn or something. Give me something, man. Give me
Give
something.
you a hymn. A hymn?
Spit out something or something. Give me a note or something. Give
Like
me
a
something that I
religious
can.
hymn?
Isn't he religious?
I think you're
He's gonna
thinking
be.
of Kanye
He's gonna be.
West.
He's gonna be religious soon. All I know is the shit that's going on. But I gotta hear Jay-Z. Yeah, Jay-Z.
AJ has
I know
no
Jazzy
idea.
Jeff.
who
Isn't he
Jay-Z is.
supposed
The Fresh
to,
Prince.
to sing at the Super Bowl? Is it him or no? Who's doing the Super Bowl? Oh, no, it's
Kendrick.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. AJ likes Kendrick. I sent AJ some Kendrick music and he really
actually.
liked it.
Yeah, I did actually. You can't play it, eh, Dave?
No, I gotta send you the one
bad.
where he says mustard. That's a good one.
Well,
Mustard.
the second what was
Mustard
the
is
second
the
one that you
mustard
sent me? I
one
said
is
it was
great.
really good.
Turn the
That
TV
second
off.
one.
I like
It was old
mustard.
school rap, man.
I'm not sure
style.
why
I
he
love
would
it.
rap about it.
No, he's not rapping about. He just yells mustard because it's DJ Mustard. All right, come on, Fred.
Oh, Rihanna. Did somebody say Brianna? Brianna. Oh, I'm lost now.
AJ's
I
lost.
just saw
At
Antoinette
least he
saying
admits it.
Rihanna.
I love that. At least you admit it. I'm lost.
Yeah,
Brianna.
finally. All right. Colby
Oh,
Covington's
that's what I
fighting this
say, he's a
weekend,
pedo.
guys. What?
That's what I called him, a pedo.
Welcome.
All right, let's take it easy. Let's not get AJ. Let's not get us canceled off the thing. All right, let's take it easy. Antoinette, thank you, gifting the membership to Franco316. Welcome, Franco, new member over at join.ringsidereport.net, membership.ringsidereport.net as well to support the channel. Colby Covington,
Colby.
36 years old now, will be fighting against Joaquin Buckley this Saturday night. It is the UFC's final show for a month. Last show of the
Easy.
year, and their next show
What are we gonna
is
do?
not until January 11th. So we're going to
What are we
have
gonna
quite
do,
a few
man?
weeks off from the UFC. And this is their last little fight night before taking a break for the holidays. Colby Covington, Joaquin Buckley in the main event. This one feels like Colby, kind of the aging fighter, a name fighter, being set up for the young fighter who's up and coming, who's on a win streak, who's looking to stack his resume with big names on his way to a potential title shot. Buckley coming off a knockout win over Wonderboy Thompson. He has won now 5 in a row since dropping from middleweight down to welterweight. This seems like a fight for Buckley to win. But Colby Covington, like, he's still a very high-level fighter. He's elite. He's only losing to Leon Edwards in his last fight. Before that, he's lost to Kamaru Usman twice. And those are the only guys really beating him in the past few years. He's beaten everybody else in the UFC. Rafael Dos Anjos, Tyron Woodley, Jorge Masvidal. He's beaten everybody else that he's faced other than, the champions. But, like I said, he's 36. He's coming off a loss. He hasn't fought in a year. He talks a lot. Is this the end of Colby Covington? Like, is this the UFC squeezing the last juice that they got out of Colby Covington, using him for one last main event, and then it's like, all right, lose this one, and you're kind of moving down the card. Win this one, and he retains his position. He's kind of a gatekeeper right now at welterweight, right? Beat him, you can kind of move up. Lose to him, and back down the ladder for Joaquin Buckley. It's a huge fight for Buckley. It's like a must-win. If you don't beat Colby Covington right now, you're 30 years old, you're on a 5-fight win streak. If you lose to Colby Covington here in this main event, that's kind of designed for you to ascend and get to the next level, you may not get to that next level. I feel like this is more pressure on Buckley than Colby.
Yeah, it might be more pressure on Buckley, but Colby right now, this is the reason why I'm off his bandwagon. In the past 4 years, he only has one fight a year. And you mentioned, he lost to some very high-level competition. But the people he's defeated, most of them are out of the UFC, Masvidal, Woodley, Lawler. So I think the game might be starting to pass Colby right now. Like, in the past 4 years, he hasn't been very active. He's had a couple of losses. I'm gonna go with Buckley. I'm gonna go with Buckley, who's on a 4 or 5 fight winning streak. What is he? 5 fight winning
5,
streak.
yeah.
I think Buckley's gonna keep on winning, and he's gonna be my pick for this fight. And I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes Colby, but because he has a lot of knockouts. How many knockouts? He has 14 knockouts. Win out of his 20 wins. Like Buckley's a dangerous striker, and I feel he's just in a better place right now than Colby.
Yeah, but Freddie, I'm going to tell you one thing. You're right on that. He has knockout power, and that's what really makes his wins. He has tremendous power in those shots, but his accuracy, when you look at overall stats, he's terrible. And to be honest, like look, Colby's 36 right now, but if this was Colby in his prime, if he could get under those shots, which he can, because if you look at his percentage of significant strikes, it's only 36%, which is terrible. So what I'm getting at is that if Colby Covington could get under those, he's a shorter fighter as well. If he's able to take this guy down, because it's basically a wrestler versus striker fight, the wrestler will win in any situation, even at 36 years old. But if he's able to get under those power shots, because his accuracy is horrible. What's really good about Buckley is that his takedown defense is at 69%. So, you're looking at both sides of like the scale here. If Buckley can't get the shots on him, Covington gets him down, Covington's winning this fight. But if Buckley cannot stop those takedowns, which is takedown defense is 69%, which is pretty impressive, he's going to win this fight. This is a hard one for me, man, because, my heart wants to go with Colby. Buckley is definitely an up-and-comer, but, man, he's not a great striker. He just has some power punches that can put you out. That's all it is. Is he ever going to be a champion in this division? We don't think so.
I mean, he has
But
wins
I'll tell you
against
one thing.
Stephen Thompson and Vicente Luque. I mean, those are good
Against
wins.
Luque. Yeah, those are
And
good
so,
wins.
like,
He might be.
But Colby is lost against Usman. He's lost against Leon Edwards. I mean, these guys are elite fighters. They're not Buckley's. So, and let's be honest, everybody could get on Colby's back. The guy talks a lot, but man, if this guy performs, he's going to walk out with that win. And I think if it comes down to who you're going to pick, the wrestler over the striker, I'm going to have to be honest. I'm going to have to go with the wrestler. And I think Colby is coming out knowing that this is his last days in the UFC, and he wants to go out big. He knows this might be his last fight. Win or lose, I think it's at the end of the line. He's 36.
That's another thing. In his last fight, like, he wasn't moving well against Leon Edwards. He felt very flat-footed. And his most recent win is against Jorge Masvidal. That was a mismatch. Everybody knew Masvidal was going to lose that fight. It was just not a good matchup stylistically for him. And again, Buckley, he's active. He's had three fights this year already. 2 in 2023. I'm going to put a lot of weight on the guy that's active. In the past 2-3 years, Buckley's been active. He's been winning, and Colby's been a part-time fighter, it feels.
Yep. Colby is going to do enough to survive. I'm not sure Buckley puts him away. I think Buckley wins an easy decision. I think Colby just stays on defense, really. I mean, I don't know how many takedowns he even shoots for. Like, that fight against Leon Edwards, Colby looked bad. It wasn't even close. It was just like, wow, Colby, there's no push in the takedown. There's nothing there. I think he's done. Buckley might finish him, but I think Colby's just going to be real defensive and not give him many openings. I think Buckley by decision is the move. I think Buckley definitely beats Covington. AJ, you're picking Covington to win. I'm surprised because I think just based on his last performance, based on the inactivity, based on the age, based on so much with this guy, I go, oof, he is a done dude. He is done.
You're right. And Buckley has everything to go into this fight to win. He's got a 4-inch reach. That's the thing. Being a shorter fighter with that 4-inch reach, you know that he's going to be throwing heavy power bombs really high. That's what scares me, because he throws those power bombs. They're going high, that's a perfect opportunity for a wrestler to, to change levels and get that takedown. So I think that if he's able to get that takedown, the power punches are gone because everything else he doesn't have, Buckley. Let's be honest. He doesn't have anything on the ground game like Covington has. So I think that 4-inch reach is going to be what makes him lose this fight. I think he's going to be overreaching for those power shots, and it's going to be the perfect time for that wrestler to take his levels, to the ground game. I'm going with Colby on this. That's a big, and you know what? It's hard for me. It's not that I want to just go with him because I like the guy. He's entertaining, and he brings some drama to the UFC. In fact, on my YouTube page, the guy got me over now I think it's over 700,000 views because of the Colby fight that I put on my YouTube page. Not all because of that, because the guy is a good fighter, and I think he'll be able to pin Buckley down and actually win this fight. I think he's gonna win a decision.
Okay, there's your pick. You can go with it. You want to do a parlay? You have a parlay?
Right off the bat?
I mean, yeah, because the rest of the card, sucks.
Oh, you have Cub Swanson there.
Yeah.
There's who else?
That's it.
Yeah, I mean it's not the
good.
yeah.
It's not good.
It's all right, but
No. See?
yeah,
Fred, you were right.
Yeah.
Before the show, me and Fred were talking about how this fight card sucked. And Fred said, AJ is going to be like, no, this is a good card. This is a good card. And I'm like, yeah, he always says it's a good card, even if it sucks. There's never been a bad card ever in the history of the UFC, according to AJ. And here you are, AJ, defending this shitty card.
Well, actually, you got Manuel Cape versus Bruno Silva. And Cape, when we're talking some of the shittiest fights, or probably one of the shittiest cards at that point, probably was Cape versus Mokaev. That was probably one of the worst fights of the year, in my opinion. So I can admit to that. But I think this is an okay card. It's not fantastic. I think it's good if it's it's in Tampa. It'll be nice. It'll be okay. The end of the year.
I'll give you a
not
fight.
great.
I'm kind of intrigued. Okay,
Which one?
Joel Alvarez versus Drakkar Klose. Because Drakkar Klose, he's on a 4-fight winning streak. I remember seeing him. Maybe it was at 301, but I liked his style. And his opponent Alvarez, he's on 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 6-1 in his last 7, and his only loss is against Arman Tsakurian. So this guy, he lost to the guy that's getting a title shot. Might be a good fighter. He's fighting a guy on a 4-fight winning streak. But yeah, this card is kind of a little bit of lacking on star power. Cub Swanson, 41 years old. I mean, I like seeing Cub. I've enjoyed his career, but I'm not expecting, anything crazy from him. Manuel Cape, like you said, man, he's had a couple of snoozers in there, so who knows? It's not the
There's
greatest
one guy
card.
that's interesting, Fred. There's one guy that's interesting that I was looking at was Navajo Sterling. This guy is impressive.
I was
This guy,
looking at
man,
him too.
he's wow, man. I was looking at him and I was saying, listen, this could be very interesting in the light heavyweight division. This guy is 5-0. He's coming up. There's a lot of up and comers in this card. That's why I'm saying it's not a great fight, but for future possible stars, there might be some on this card, and that guy is one of them. The guy is 6'4". The guy has a reach of 82.7 inches. That is insane, man. Now, this is something that you got to watch. I mean, I think this guy could be something that we're talking about. I love his name too. He has a really cool name, the Navajo.
Not
Sterling,
as cool.
Lake Navajo.
His opponent has a cooler name, though. His opponent's name is Tuco Tokos.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, but Tuco Tokos.
Tokos. That is a tremendous name. Tuco Tokos against Navajo Sterling. I mean, just for the names, this fight is awesome. But
Yeah,
Tuco
but he lost his
Tokos
last fight in
is
England,
maybe
man.
the
He was
best
terrible.
name I've ever heard.
Navarro
for a
is
fighter.
a -800, though. I think he's the biggest favorite of the card.
Yeah.
He should win by knockout. He's a Dana White Contender Series guy, Australian, big, tall guy, big light heavyweight. All right. So Cub Swanson is the co-main event. He's 41. I think he might actually win.
Ooh,
He's only
I
a
don't know,
slight
man.
underdog.
Yeah, but he's coming to his end days as well, man. This guy.
That's what we keep thinking, but he's,
Yeah, I know.
keeps going.
41 years old, dude. Mind you, like, Billy Quarantillo is 36. He's not any younger, but at
That's what I'm
least
saying.
And,
Well,
and
he
he
is
Yeah,
younger.
loses a
it's
lot.
Yeah, he's 5 years younger, but he's still in that 35, plus range where things
He's
start
in the
going
Masters
south.
division.
This is
Also,
he's in the Masters
he's like a
division.
500 fighter in the UFC. Also, like he's not a great fighter.
Yeah, that's
can
it.
see
I
Cub
think Cub
winning.
Swanson beats him. Cub Swanson plus 125. Go with that. I like that. Cub will win. I'm going with. I'm gonna give you my parlay because nobody wants to give a parlay. So I'm
I
gonna
have
give
one
you mine.
also.
I'll go.
I'm gonna keep it real simple. I'm gonna keep it extremely simple. So simple that you're probably gonna not like this parlay, but too bad. That's what I'm giving you. It's not even great value, but you know what? My parlay lost last week, and I just want to win this week, so screw it. Okay? It's a 2-fight parlay. We're
Do
trying
it,
to
man.
win. Okay? We're trying to win money.
You want to win?
We're not trying to lose money. Okay? We could bet on some underdogs, we could bet on some long shots, or we could win money. You know what I'm saying? Just bet on guys that are supposed to win, and then when they win, you win. Buckley and Sterling. Okay? That's the parlay. 2 fights, 20 gets you 30. You win $10. Okay? It sucks. It's my last parlay of the year. Deal with it. I could add Cub Swanson and spice it up, but I don't have that much faith in Cub Swanson, so I'm not doing that. Okay? This is my parlay. This is all I have. Sorry. But I like Buckley to win. I like Sterling to win. I like Sterling to win by knockout. Maybe there's a play on that could be fun. What's the odds on that? Let me tell you here. Navajo Sterling. Imagine it's Navajo and not Navajo.
Navajo.
It's quite a first name. Sterling by knockout, minus 190. I mean, we could do that. That could be my parlay. That's more fun. That's more money, right? All right. That's what we'll do. Okay? Is that okay with you, AJ? Is that fine? Can I change it?
That sounds good, man. Sounds good.
There's more value if I do that.
Bet
I
99.
really think Sterling wins by knockout. He puts Tokos away. So we'll do
Toko.
Sterling by knockout, minus
Mhm.
190, and then Buckley to win, minus 280. 20 gets you 41, so it's more. It's double your money. All right?
Mhm.
There's a parlay.
Mhm.
That's better.
That's a good one.
That's better. All right. What do you guys got?
I got Buckley
Wanna go
and
first?
Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I
That
think they
is
both
not
win.
bad.
I agree.
It's true. He's on the prelim card.
Michael Johnson.
MJ.
Old Mike Johnson. Still fighting in the UFC.
Moonwalk.
Been in the UFC forever.
42
He is
fights,
minus
man.
225, the favorite in this fight, which is nuts.
He's been there a long time.
Hey,
And
Dave,
there-
here's my parlay. On the prelims, I pick every underdog to win.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Thanks.
That's AI
Thanks,
AJ.
AJ.
There's Fred's parlay,
Smart man.
minus 280, minus 225. It's a 20 to get you 39.21. Hey, Fred, my parlay
Wow.
actually paid out more in the end than yours, just barely.
Yeah, but like you said, you wanted to get back on the winning streak. You might regret going for that KO. I kind of nervous for you now.
Yeah, I'm nervous for me too.
Uh,
I mean, I just
I
wanted
think-
to spice it up. I should have stayed conservative, really. When I actually bet, I may just bet to win because it's safer. And I like safety with my money. I don't like to gamble crazily. You know? AJ likes to go crazy. I like to
go local.
I like
There
to
was another fight
win
that's
consistently so I don't lose. Feels good that way.
it does. It does.
AJ, what do you got for me?
It hasn't
Colby
happened.
Covington
Listen,
in the
there's
main
another
event?
fight-
Put him
No,
on your
actually,
parlay, you
there's-
crazy bastard.
Listen, I'm gonna start off with well, I like the Vitor Petrino versus Dustin Jacoby fight. That fight is interesting. These guys, which is quite interesting, is that they were both massive favorites. You know, Petrino against Anthony Smith, Jacoby against Dominic Reyes. They were massive favorites to win, and they both lost. The only difference with Petrino, man, this guy is like a beast. He lost that fight to Anthony Smith with that guillotine. Other than that, this guy should have been on the winning streak right here. The guy is 11-1. He's 5-1 in the UFC. The guy is just a beast. He's a name that fucked up with Anthony Smith, but I don't think he's gonna fuck up anymore. This guy's coming into this fight against Dustin. I think that'll be my pick. You know what? I'm not gonna go loco AJ to end the year. I'm gonna go with a winning card here. So I'm going with Petrino. I'm going with Navajo. And then I really believe I'm going to win this card with the wrestler over the striker. And I'm going with Colby Covington for the win here. The Buckley is going to be nothing more than like a cough syrup to me. Because I'm telling you, the wrestler's going to squeeze him out.
I feel like Buckley is a lock. I feel like it is a guarantee. That's why I'm so surprised that in the end you're going with Colby Covington, because I feel like it's over and Buckley is for sure winning. But that's your parlay.
That's my parlay, man. That's gonna win, dude.
There it is. Team AJ.
91-21 at Bet99.
Yep, it's a good
Let's
payout.
do it, Bet.
20 gets you 91-21. It's Colby Covington, Navajo Sterling, and Vitor Petrino.
It's only 3. Did you notice? I went with 3.
I did notice.
The 3 wise men for Christmas.
Ooh. Okay. I think that's it. AJ, you watched the pay-per-view last weekend. You didn't do the watch-along with us because you're a total jabroni. Is that second watch-along in a row you missed or something? I don't know what's going on.
And I was reading, some people thought that Gary won the Rachmanov fight. Like
really?
It was 48-47 the scorecards, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I think all 3 scorecards.
Yeah.
And but some people I've been reading online, some people were like, "Oh, Gary got robbed," and they were showing the statistics. Gary maybe connected more shots, but the wrestling of Rachmanov. I seen other people say that actually they were a little not impressed with Rachmanov's grappling because at some point Gary had his back and was kind of threatening. So
yeah,
it was a good fight, man. I like that fight, man. It was a good fight for 2 young guys. And I hope we see Rachmanov again. And I'm not sure he beats Bilal. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure he does either. Ian Gary made Rachmanov
Okay.
look human for the first time, right?
Yeah.
But
I didn't think he
Ian
won.
Gary is the future.
I thought
Let's
Shavkat
be
won.
honest.
Yeah, me too. I had Shavkat,
Yeah.
but some people had Gary. I have read many people say they had Gary.
Pretty much everybody had Volkov beating Ciryl Gane too. That was a screw job.
Yeah. Even Dana, when you saw the video of Dana talking to him when he gets out of the cage, and Dana's like,
Yeah.
I don't like, he
Sorry.
didn't even know.
What can I
Yeah.
do?
He's like,
Yeah. That was
anyways,
bad.
But yeah, that was a very bad decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ciryl Gane at that point had like a major injury, right? So he wasn't fighting on his best foot per se. So
Okay.
he still did pretty well considering.
Well, let me ask you this then about Ciryl Gane, okay? Tom Aspinall is waiting for an opponent. He's the heavyweight champion. John Jones is technically the champ. I don't know if they're going to make that fight. Say they don't, right? And Aspinall needs somebody else. Do you put Gane in there, considering he just won the fight technically over Volkov? Do you put Volkov in there, considering, he technically did lose, and he's
still
already
good.
fought Aspinall, and he lost that fight? So, Gane at least is a different matchup.
But
And
Whoever's
it was a close
available.
fight.
Whoever's available. Like if
What if
the
they're
John
both
Jones
available? What if Ciryl and Volkov are both available? John Jones I would take out of the picture because I don't think he's ever going to fight Aspinall. But, what about Volkov and Gane? If, say, the winner was supposed to fight Aspinall for the belt, right? Who gets to fight Aspinall now? The guy that won or the guy that won? You know what I mean? Who won?
It's a tough call. I'm not sure. I would say probably Gane, because since Aspinall has a win over Volkov, you got to put that in the equation.
Yeah.
But I'll go back to say, like, if Aspinall wants to fight soon, like let's say he wants to fight February, and only one of the two guys is available, well, I'm picking the guy that's available. I'm not waiting for either
Yeah.
of the two challengers.
I agree. And AJ, what's this injury that Ciryl had going into the fight?
I heard something to do with his foot. It was like broken or something like enough that requires surgery. So if that's the case and he has surgery, I haven't like apparently it was pretty serious. It was like a soccer kick that he did and his foot was like really messed up. So if that's the case, the foot and all that cartilage, the guy's going to be out for at least 6 months.
Okay, he
You know, so
broke
we're
his
not
big
gonna-
toe
Yeah, in the fight.
in the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not yeah,
I mean-
so that's part of the I mean, that's not
that-
like he had an
that-
injury
that'll-
going into the fight and that's why he
No, but
performed
that's why
poorly.
like
he got
Well, I
hurt
think he did
during the
perform-
fight because he was
Sure.
getting beat up.
well, yeah, but that definitely like hinders your your fighting capabilities.
But
you know,
AJ,
what I'm
that's like saying, oh, he was doing really well, except all those punches to the face he was taking that hindered his ability to stand up. Like, well, you know, come on.
He
You get
lost.
hurt in the fight, you get hurt in the fight. And if you are less able to fight because you got hurt in the fight, that means you're losing the fight. It's not like, oh, well, you know, tough break. Right?
I
don't know.
agree.
Thank you. Thought it was crazy there for a second. AJ started
But-
talking.
but
as I was
with
just-
that-
I was
all
like,
that
"Oh,
said,
what
like-
injury?"
With that, all that said, I'm just gonna mention, like, AJ is the one right now using excuses, because I don't think Ciryl Gane is really using any excuses. Ciryl Gane pretty much knows he lost. His reaction after the fight showed that. So, like, don't listen to AJ, who's too much of a fan here.
Yeah.
I am a fan, but I think like, you know, he definitely didn't look his best. So there was something, obviously the broken toe, you know, was a factor. I think, you know, I'd like to see, honestly, I'd like to see Ciryl Gane fighting like Tom Aspinall. I love Ciryl Gane, but I think Tom Aspinall is the future. 2025 is his year, you know, and it'll be a great fight. But I think Tom Aspinall is coming in and he's going to maul everybody apart for 2025. Everybody.
Not John Jones. That fight's not going to happen.
Ah, man, it would be nice to see, man.
Even if it did, Aspinall would lose. So whatever. Whatever. I just like saying that. I'm not sure what would happen. I think Jones would win. I would bet on him to win. But, yeah, Aspinall could definitely win. I thought the version of John Jones that fought Stipe, you know, could lose to Aspinall. That wasn't the best version. It was good enough. I don't know. I thought he was a little slower than normal. You didn't think?
No.
You thought that was peak John Jones? Don't you think he's kind of lost a little bit? Lost like half a step.
When he came in against Ciryl, my first reaction, like, everybody was expecting to see this super jacked muscle guy. And, you know, he was kind of not chubby, but, you know, he had a little roundish to him. Like, it wasn't all like pure muscle. And he looked good against Ciryl. And I don't think that, like, part of me felt maybe that slowed him down. But I think he's just getting older also, where he's using maybe a little bit more of his smarts and less of his athleticism. I don't know. John Jones still the greatest, man. Come on, man. I'm not gonna doubt the man until somebody beats him.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just felt that in the Stipe fight, he seemed... I mean, he was great. He fought a perfect fight, but I don't know. There just seemed to be something a little bit slower about his whole approach, about the movement and everything. I mean, there's nothing slow about that spinning kick that landed there. You know, I mean, he was amazing. I'm not taking anything away from him. I just think that maybe he's past his prime. But, like, a past his prime John Jones is still better than everybody because in his prime, he was light years ahead of the game. So I think he's still way ahead of everybody. Like I'm saying, he could probably be like 50, 60 years old and beat everybody up. He's that good.
Yeah, because like people love to see John Jones because they think he is very athletic, very gifted, and all that. But I like to mention recently that I think John Jones' best attribute is his fight IQ. This guy knows how to inflict damage without getting damage, and he's just a very smart fighter to game plan, and he'll have a different game plan depending who's in front of him. You see Ciryl Gane, he was going for the takedown. Other guys, he'll be standing up with Stipe. Like, this guy is prepared. Like, for all the things we say about him, like partying and all that, he does still do a lot of preparation mentally to visualize the fight. Or I'm not sure, but his fight IQ is very high. And I think that's going to still help him, especially in the heavyweight division. Like, he could be an older fighter, especially with a good fight IQ.
Yeah, I think you're right. And maybe I'm just remembering the kind of younger 2011, 2012 light heavyweight John Jones. Who, what, it's a different version. You can't be the same version as you were back then. But the version that exists today is still the most dangerous dude on the planet. Crazy. So good. See, here's a guy that we could talk about because he's still relevant. He's still greatest. He's still winning fights. He's a big name. And he might fight in 2025, unlike Conor McGregor, That's what I'm saying. John
Conor
Jones.
might need the money. He might end up
Conor's
fighting.
good. Conor's got money. He could just chill.
He's got money. You're right.
Yeah.
But I think if he does come to the United States like he says, I think, it'll be closer to getting him a real fight.
I hope you're right, AJ.
I hope I'm right too, man.
I hope we see him fight in 2025. Guys, I'll be back with Johnny North tomorrow night to talk professional wrestling. We'll be getting you geared up for WWE's Saturday night's main event coming up this Saturday night, 8 p.m. on NBC. WWE back
the
in
main
action. Kevin Owens challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. And on commentary, Freddie, it will be somebody with, I think probably Michael Cole, with
Jesse
the Body Ventura. So get excited for that.
Jesse the Body?
Jesse the Body is going to have a live mic for 2 hours on prime time on NBC this Saturday night. So gear up for whatever the hell that's going to be. I mean, just giving that guy a live mic for 2 hours on TV is interesting. Who knows what he'll get up to? Who knows what he'll talk about? I mean,
Conspiracy theories.
He knows more about that than he does about the current WWE product. I can't imagine what he's gonna say about, Tiffany Stratton or Nia Jax or like, what's he gonna say? How much does he
UFOs
know
over
about
New Jersey.
these guys? How much does he know about Kevin Owens or Cody Rhodes even?
I think he's gonna do okay, man. He'll be okay. He used to be good back in the days, man. Him and Gorilla Monsoon were great.
Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon is dead, and that was like 35 years ago.
Yeah, well, Jesse's shtick was always like calling out like the good guy announcer, like he'd be like the Gorilla, like, hey, why aren't you calling out Steamboat for pulling the trunks right here, Gorilla?
Yeah,
that's kind of a hypocrite from you.
Anymore. They don't have a babyface announcer and a heel announcer. It's not like that anymore.
He'll go after Michael Cole or whatever.
I don't know. I'm interested. I think it'll be kind of a mess, which is what I like. I like it when it's, bad.
Pat McAfee's coming back to Netflix, I think I read. Huh?
Oh, yeah?
He's going to be, I think he's going to be part of the Raw team.
Great. Doesn't he have football stuff to do? Isn't he busy? Can he do other stuff?
Football is pretty much finished. I like Pat.
Oh, that's
Pat
why
McAfee's great.
Maybe. In wrestling, not so much. None of the commentary is really that great in pro wrestling as a whole. So, whatever. It is what it is. Jesse the Body will be nice to have. Good to hear him. I'll talk about that and more tomorrow night with Johnny North, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right after SmackDown will be on, talking about all the wrestling things. And that'll be fun. And then we will be back here next week. All right? We'll be back next week, next Thursday at
Will
8
we?
p.m., as we are every Thursday here on the Ringside Report Network.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word. Please share this episode on whichever social media platform you use. Add a comment below and consider reviewing us on Apple Podcasts. We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at ringsidereport.net